Today on the channel, Walmart exclusive Masters of the WWE Universe Series 5. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another WWE Masters of the Universe unboxing. As you guys know, these are Walmart exclusives, and we're already up to Series 5, but for all your traditional He-Man Origin Figures needs, make sure you hit up Big Bad Toy Store. Link in the description below. But today, we're talking WWE Masters of the Universe. Very interesting line. We're already to Series 5. I can't even believe it. That's how far we've come so far. As you guys know, Walmart exclusive. And you guys take the step back. When these first originally were released and talked about coming out and all that fun stuff, a lot of people had a lot of hate for these. They felt they were replacing the retros. They didn't feel they were going to work. But you know what? Now we see these everywhere. Well, I should take a step back. We don't see these everywhere, but we see a lot of love for these in the collectors community. A lot of people like myself collecting these. You guys know me, I'm collecting two sets, one on card and one to open up, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to open up the whole set today of Series 5, and at the very end we'll put them all together in my favorite to least favorite, like we do in a lot of these videos. But very interesting is, if you guys go to any Walmart, I'm generalizing here, but I think I'm pretty safe to say, you can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, you go to any Walmart in the country, any country, Walmart, Canada, North America, we'll say, you go into those Walmarts and you can sometimes find these, but not a whole lot. But I can tell you one thing you can find He-Man, you can find Skeletor, and maybe some of the other supporting players. These have tended to be a lot harder to find on the pegs than their He-Man counterparts, which is good and bad. We know as a collector, we want to be able to find these all the time. These are always really hard to find at first, but then there's always a couple of week period where the stores seem to get a lot of these in, and then they're gone forever. And we're seeing that right now. Most Walmarts have empty pegs of these. Series 5 hitting just now. A little pro tip out there right now. I like to give a little pro tip. Just picked these up, actually, as we're filming this a day ago. I went to two Walmarts. I found a loose set for me, a loose set for David C. Anderson. We split that case. And you guys know me, I need to get an unpunched set. And actually, I went to the next Walmart in town. I found my unpunched set, luckily. However, both stores, these would not ring up at the registers. That goes one of two ways. I've been on both ends of the spectrum with these. They don't ring up. They take them back, say, oh, we can't sell these. We'll have to do it another time. Or they'll scan them and figure out a way to get you to be able to buy them. That's what they did. They helped me out. It took a while. It took like 20 minutes at one store and 20 minutes at the other store to get these figured out how I could purchase them. But just be prepared for that. That's just, I don't know what the deal is. Luckily, there's tags on the shelf. You can take them over to the tags and see these are what they're supposed to be and that kind of stuff. That's what I had to do both times. But I have seen reports of people, unfortunately, being denied at the register. And there is nothing worse than that. I was sweating big time, especially on the unpunched set. I was like, they're so hard to find unpunched sometimes. I don't want to be denied, and I thought I was going to be denied. Luckily, I was not. So that kind of sets the stage, sets the story of where I'm at getting these two sets of figures. Funny little thing as well, Canada has already had Series 6 of these. I cannot wait for that series. That Ultimate Warrior looks like a game changer. You know I got to get that Warrior. I got to get multiples of that Warrior. Looks awesome. Can't wait for Series 6. No estimated timetable when those are going to hit the States. I think it was just a little distribution error with those things going out ahead of 5. But we'll see. But we know what Series 6 is. But we're here to talk Series 5. And we're going to start Series 5 out with the Dragon Ricky Steamboat. You guys got to think, what characters would go great in a He-Man inspired line? And Ricky the Dragon Steamboat fits in perfectly, as you can imagine. The dragon gimmick, all that kind of stuff. Some new accessories with this one that we haven't seen before, so I can't wait to see what those are like when I open these up. I will note on Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, I do feel he will be the hardest one to get in mint condition. If you're a mint condition guy, it seems on all the cases he is on the top. And when the Walmart employee opens it up with their razor blade, they slice through the back of Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. The mint on card one I have has a little bit of a hair line slice through it. I might look at replacing that one if I do come across one just to swap out one day. But this one has a line through it. They all seem to have a little line through it. The three I've seen in person so far. So that's just a note there. Ricky could be tough to find. So be aware of that if you're looking for a minty Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. But we're going to do it like we do with all of these. We've set the table here. We're going to open them up, but we're going to look at the packaging first, then open them up. So here's Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. We're very accustomed to this carding on these by now. The carding has not changed. Hopefully it never does. I hope it sticks with the same carding throughout the whole process of these. That's what we want to see. But you got Ricky the Dragon Steamboat looking very toyetic, pops right off the shelf. And the cool thing is, if you're just a He-Man collector, I could see He-Man collectors buying this. I can't see it. I see it in groups. I see it all on the internet all the time. There's a lot of crossover appeal from He-Man collectors that don't collect WWE but are buying these. Very similar to us as wrestling figure hardcore fans, buying these and not buying the He-Man. And getting the He-Man to go along with them. So it's very interesting. The crossover appeal is great here, and it makes a really good self-story, I think, for Walmart and others out there. But there it is. There's Ricky Steamboat. Let's see, what does it say? Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, heroic master of dragons. So he mastered the dragons. Looking at the front, no paint application issues. It looks perfect on here for me. Ages 8 and up, which seems a little high to me, but maybe not. There's the back. We love that artwork at the top that's consistent with all these figures. Really cool art up there. You're promoting the other guys in the line. There's Series 5. There's your checklist. You got a little demonstration to the side. You got the UPC and the warnings down there. So there you go. Masters of the WWE Universe. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. It says, armed with the devastating Dragon Blaster, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat fires up the crowd and brings the heat inside the ring. And it looks like he is getting ready to take on the Macho Man and Jake the Snake Roberts, who have formed a team in the Rattlesnake Ring over there. I still got to open that Rattlesnake Ring. I think I'm going to do that tomorrow. We'll see. I need to get around to that. Interesting to see Jake and Macho Man together. I'll never forget the snake bite incident back in the day when I was a kid. Probably one of the greatest wrestling memories I ever had as a kid. I thought that was the coolest thing. It was the talk of the playground. I'll let you guys know that. Includes collector's booklet as well. Detached dragon armor for creature combat. Twist into powerful battle positions. So it looks kind of like that dragon just kind of clips onto his back. So we'll see how well that works. But without further ado, let's open up this bad boy. Let's see what all the fuss is about, as they say. There goes the comic. Oh, the dragon's falling out. We'll see you later. Going to the side. Bam, there it is. How about a little plastic prison? Ricky the Dragon. It's funny, there's a lot of people that were my age that this was the first incarnation of Ricky Steamboat they really knew in the WWF back in the day. I obviously started watching wrestling a little younger, so I remember the tail end of the WWF run, his original run, into WCW and then back to the Dragon and stuff like that. But there's a lot of people, when they think of Ricky Steamboat, they think of this persona, which I don't know if there's anything wrong with that. It just depends on what age you are. Get them out. These guys are always buckled in. It's amazing. See you later. How much money they spend on buckling these guys in, where some higher price figures are not buckled in. It's always interesting to me, the dynamics of that one. But very cool. We're getting some Merman reuse. I see that right away when you see this vest. We'll call it the vest on him. How does this stay on his back, though? That's the question. That's the question at hand. I don't know if I'm going to be able to figure that out right away. And I don't know what's up with this. So this dragon's really interesting. I wonder if this will get reused ever again, or if this is a one-and-done thing. He does have head articulation, no mouth. But you got head articulation, and then he has a lock around his neck there. Kind of like a leash with a lock on it, which I find very interesting as well. Maybe there's an answer in the comic book? Not really. But you know, we always get these comic books with these. A very cool extra piece. Very cool throwback to the He-Man days, as you guys know. There it is. There's the old comic book. And then on the back of the comic, you got the checklist. So I don't know. Very interesting. I'm not sure how he stays on his shoulder. It looks like he should plug in, but I don't really see a plug-in port anywhere. So I don't know. I'll have to play around with that a little bit, figure that out. But the head looks a little bit big, you know, very Remco-esque, as we've talked about on the channel before about these. The head's just a tad big on this one, though. But still a really cool figure. And man, this is one that didn't immediately come to my mind when I was thinking He-Man crossover WWE. I don't know why not. Ricky Steamboat really makes sense. Does he fit on a ringside collectible stand? Of course he does. You guys know he does. Right there. Ringsidecollectibles.com. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. I always say it. Spend your money on your figures, not on your stands. These stands work great. They're very cheap. They work great for all my He-Man figures. But Ricky Steamboat, outside of that, no other accessories. Got the comic and the dragon. Just can't figure out how the dragon really stays on his back. You got to be smarter than the dragon, I guess. I guess you just kind of hold him on there. I don't know. I guess it's as simple as that. It just kind of looks funny. But it is what it is, and it's a neat accessory. I'm glad they gave him something with a dragon. It'll be really interesting if this can be reused somewhere. Maybe I'm not smart enough, or maybe I just can't think of it, but would there be a reuse potential in He-Man for this? I'm not sure. But there you go. There's Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Let's take a look at the next one. All right, next up in the He-Man WWE Masters of the Universe Series 5 Walmart exclusive, more than a mouthful, we've got Roddy Piper, one of my all-time favorite wrestlers, one of my all-time favorite characters, definitely in the top 5, Roddy Piper. Happy to have him in this line. Anytime I get a Piper figure, I'm all in. So let's take a look at the packaging on Piper first. There's the traditional packaging we know and love at this point. We got Hot Rod in there. First thing I notice is that kilt. It looks a little amiss. We'll see. We'll talk about it here in a second. And there's the front. Let's see what it says. Roddy Piper, Evil Hot Rod. Okay, there you go. I mean, that kilt, I really wish it was a real kilt. That's more of like a, I don't know what that is. Just barely anything. It's like a loincloth. And give him a little bit more protection there. And then we got the back. Got the cool artwork up there. It looks like he's joined forces with Jake and Macho Man. Trouble times for our heroes. You got the group down there. You got little action shots. Let's see what it says about the Hot Rod on the back. Just when they think they have all the answers, Hot Rod changes the questions. Real superstars don't just wear kilts. They also wear battle armor. Well, there you go. Switch emblems and reveal battle damage. Twist into powerful battle positions. So this is a take on the battle armor He-Man and Skeletor figures, apparently. So he's got a little bit of stuff in there. The cool thing we didn't mention with Ricky Steamboat, but you guys know in the other ones, you can take off their He-Man inspired gear and have them more traditional wrestling. So really these are 2-in-1 figures. If you're not into the He-Man stuff at all, you can take all that stuff off and have traditional figures. So that is a cool option, really neat on these things. So there you go. You can collect them all. And I am. I'm working on it. So let's open it up. There's the old comic book out. Pull this out. See you later. There's Hot Rod in the old plastic prison. There he is. I just don't know about that kilt. That's the thing that gets me right now with this one. Scissors him out. There it is. Whoa. They always have these things so tight in the package. It's crazy. So I believe the original Macho Man from this line also came with this. See you later. Came with the different chest plates, the damaged one, you got a sliced one, and then you got the one he's wearing. So you got a couple of options there. See you later. What about the comic book? Looks like he's fighting old Mr. T. Some feuds never die. Mr. T, Roddy Piper, taking it to Eternia. Never give up that feud. There's the back. Same thing as the last one. Uh-oh. Got a little bit of a tear in mine. It was like stuck together. But yeah, it looks like Mr. T and Roddy Piper throwing down. Very cool. I like it. The evil Hot Rod. I'm all in. Got a lot of rubber bands here. It does come with the axe. We did see this with Battle Armor He-Man. Check out that review on my channel. If you're interested in any of the He-Man stuff, I review all those too. I'm all in on both sides of the fence. I did review those. Let's get the plastic off his wrist. Come on. So it's Hot Rod, definitely. He does have the blue knee pads. There's a little extra plastic here I'm going to have to cut out. You know, I got the He-Man type boots, which actually kind of work with the Piper with the red. I just can't get over that kilt, though. It's not a kilt at all. Maybe it's not supposed to be, but it looks funny. So you got the front. It's like a loincloth there, just covering his junk up. That's what it's doing. But then you turn it around, and you got nothing. I really feel they should have made a kilt all the way around, but I get there's a lot of reused parts. That would probably be a one-and-done part they wouldn't use again, but I would have really liked to have seen that on the Hot Rod Roddy Piper. Oh, head popped right off. Head just fell off, but as you guys know, the parts on these are all interchangeable. It can be moved around. Part of the issue, I think he has no neck, and this little armor piece kind of hinders his head a little bit. One thing I note on this one, it's different than others, is his skin tone is extremely pale. Sheamus pale, I would almost say. But you guys know I love Roddy Piper, so I'm happy we get this one. How hard is it to get? There we go. There goes his head. See if I can get this undone. A little easier said than done, I think, on this one. Maybe. There it goes. Hopefully I didn't break anything. Popping that stuff off. Pop Hot Rod's head back on. The head is not very tight on this one. So you got Piper. This is all right. For those of you that want a regular wrestling Piper, you can have that very easily. The loincloth looks a little much, but there he is. Not terrible. Not the best, not the worst. Let's see, how's this pop off? I know these are very difficult to kind of pop off. What the heck? Come on. There it goes. You got to really push some pressure and push through. Like I said in my He-Man review of these battle armors, even as a kid, I was not a huge fan of this battle armor. I wanted the traditional He-Man. I would have rather had a traditional Piper instead of these that you put on and off. Definitely the regular Hot Rod one is the one I'm going to use just because it looks cleaner. It's just too gimmicky for me. I get what it's there for. I get what it is. Just not for me. You guys tell me different. I know I got a lot of hate in my He-Man review of this. I don't know about hate, but a lot of people disagreeing thought they loved the battle armor He-Man and Skeletor. They thought they were the best. Just my opinion, dudes. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just not a big fan of the battle armor. I'm more of a traditionalist, I guess we'll say. I'm just a traditionalist fan of the regular He-Man stuff. But I'm happy we got a Piper. I've said it a few times in this review. Definitely one of the must-have guys in the He-Man line for the WWE crossover. I mean, it just makes sense. Roddy Piper, and now you got him feuding with Mr. T. It's just like it's the early 80s all over again. But not a bad figure. Don't like the loincloth. The skin tone's a little light, so it's definitely not going to be my favorite, even though Roddy Piper is one of my favorites. So I can, judge accordingly. I'm not letting my Piper love blind me on this one. But there it is. Roddy Piper. Let's take a look at Becky Lynch, the first female in the WWE Masters of the Universe line. All right, next up is Becky Lynch, based on the Tila and Evil Lynn body style, I guess we'll call it, for the Masters of the Universe Origins line. But this is the first female that has been involved in the wrestling line. I got to think we're going to get Charlotte, Sasha. We'll get some of the heavy hitters over the rest of the line. I don't know how deep this line's going to go. Will this go on forever? Will we see 50 series of this? It'll be interesting to see how that does. But, Series 6, we know what's coming. We'll see what happens in the future and what more females we'll get. But I got to think Charlotte will probably be the next one. You'll get Sasha Banks eventually. Maybe even a Ronda Rousey. I could see them going back to the well on that. We'll see. We'll see where it goes. But Becky gets the designation of being the first female in the WWE Masters Universe line. So there she is right there. Traditional packaging. Includes collector's booklet. Highly articulated for power posing. Becky Lynch, the man of WWE Eternia. And I remember seeing this figure in a He-Man group, and obviously there's some He-Man collectors that are collecting this because it's the He-Man style, but aren't familiar with the WWE characters. And I remember the post said, why is she the man of WWE Eternia? They made a mistake on the packaging and all this. I thought that was kind of funny, but that tells you the crossover appeal of these figures, and that's what Mattel wants. The more people buy in, the better. It makes a great business decision, and that's part of the power of this line. I gotta think this line has definitely outsold the retros. People like you and me probably hate to admit that, but it's true. So there you go. But there it is, like I said, and then we'll look at the back. It looks like she's duking it out with Jake the Snake. Jake's been a part of almost every single one of these packagings on the back, so he's definitely a top heel in WWE Eternia. You got the packaging, you got the line up there, the warnings down below with the UPC, you got a little action shot, and there it is. All right, let's open her up. Let's see what it says, though, first. She defied the odds, disarmed her opponents, and demolished every obstacle. Soon, everyone in WWE Eternia will learn this is the man's world. Oh, boy. And they're just living in it. So there you go. Really good artwork on Becky Lynch there at the top, too. That's a really good artwork. Slam dunk on these. I love these figures. It's really cool. It's a cool subline to collect, even though I do get a little anxiety trying to find the unpunched versions. But so far, it's worked out on both sides of the fence. See you later. See you later. A little plastic prison. There it is. Never been a huge fan of the sculpt, the old school sculpt, or really the new sculpt on the female characters. I feel like it needs something more. It's a little too skinny. It just doesn't, I don't know. It needs more. See you later. These rubber bands everywhere. Everywhere. Rubber Band City. Get those out of here. Alright, so yeah, just like Evil Lynn, just like Tila, same type deal. They even got the T on the knee pads, which is kind of strange. I don't know. There's Becky. Got nice red hair. Great likeness. Why do I feel like I've seen this exact same head before? Maybe not. I mean, it looks almost like a shrunk down WWE basic head. I don't know. I'm looking over here. Is it the same head we've seen? You know what? I think it is. I think we've seen the same exact head when I was comparing down there. Don't 100% quote me, but I'm pretty sure this is just like a head moved over. Very interesting. Very good paint apps on this one. Very small figure. A very small figure. Oh, I jinxed it. I said good paint apps, and we got a little scuff right underneath the armpit there. You can see that little white speck where the paint flaked off. So that's unfortunate. That's what happens. You talk about things like that, then you jinx it, of course. Let's see if I can get her stuff out. Man, they always have these things in so tight. It's crazy. But I guess we appreciate it. So she does have the same accessories as Tila from the Origin set. So I guess they're getting reused. They just painted them, instead of that reddish color, they're a gold color. I guess for the man and her title belt, and see you later. Oh, look at that. Even on the shield, it says the man. I didn't know that was on there. That's a nice touch. It says the man. And then you got the snake. This snake staff, I could see really some reuse in the G.I. Joe Classified line with this. With Serpentor, you could use it for. Obviously, Cobra Commander. Maybe someday we'll be lucky enough to get a Globulus. Oh, I can only dream. This reminds me of a lot, and it's funny, as a kid, the original snake like this, I would use in my G.I. Joe playing days. If you guys remember G.I. Joe the movie, the greatest movie of all time, where Duke pushes Falcon out of the way and takes that snake right to the heart. This is what I used to use for that back in the day, so it was always a fun adventure for me. Have to use your imagination in your playing days, and that was a scene that stuck with young Kyle, that is for sure. Let's see if she fits on a Ringside Collectible stand. Of course she does. Ringside Collectible stands are the best. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. I don't understand what's going on with these comic books. They're stuck together like they were wet or something like that. I don't know if the ink wasn't dry and they put them together or what, but got an interesting comic cover there. And then, of course, the inside. Like so. There you go. A good figure, but I'm pretty sure not going to be my top figure. Just a little bit small. It's good to get female figures in here. I'm just not sold on the He-Man side or the Masters of WWE size on this Sculpt on the new one. It's okay. It's definitely an improvement over the original. I feel it could be a little bit bigger, a little bit beefier. But some nice touches on this one with the man on the shield. The head sculpt's good, even though it looks like it's just transferred over from a basic, where these other ones look like they have different sculpts. This looks like it was just transferred over, which probably could easily be done with, it's all in-house with Mattel. So there you go. There's Becky Lynch. We got one left. It's the Macho Man, Randy Savage. All right, let's put WWE Masters of the Universe Series 5 Walmart exclusive to rest with the Macho Man, Randy Savage. NWO-inspired Macho Man for you wrestling fans out there. We believe the first Macho Man figure, off the top of my head at least, I believe that was a good guy Macho Man, and this would be the bad guy Macho Man, I guess, in the lineup. The second Macho Man figure, like we said. So, NWO version, heel Macho Man. So, very cool. I think this is probably going to be the most popular figure in Series 5, as Macho Man probably has the most crossover appeal. Roddy Piper was in movies and stuff, but I think you ask most people out there, they maybe recognize Macho Man over Roddy Piper. I could be wrong, but at least in my book, that's my guess. I think Macho Man's more well-known than Roddy Piper, especially this day and age, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong once or twice before. But there's the old Macho Man NWO gear, traditional packaging. As you can see, this is an unpunched Macho Man. Love me some unpunched He-Man figures and Masters of the WWE Universe figures. But my other one was in better shape. This one has some card bending, so this is going to be my loose one. But it is unpunched, which is the way. If you're getting these mint on card, you have to get unpunched. Challenge yourself. They're a little harder to find, but it'll be worth it in the long run. I can guarantee you that. Cool artwork up top there. You got Macho Man kind of sitting in his throne. You got, was it John Cena down on the floor? And who else is down there? John Cena. Oh, the Ultimate Warrior. Come on. Now, we know this is purely fiction. There's no way the Ultimate Warrior would be down on the ground for Macho Man. We all know the Ultimate Warrior retired the Macho Man. Somehow he came back, but Warrior getting it done, as he always does. My favorite of all time. But very cool background picture back there. I love the artwork on these. Armed with Macho Mace, twist into powerful battle positions. They tried to stop him, but the Horde World Order revived Macho Man to take over WWE Eternia. When you're HWO, you're HWO for life. So great play on the NWO. Macho Man Randy Savage, HWO for life is his little calling card there. Looks like he's teamed up with Jake the Snake and Bray Wyatt on the back. It would be really cool if we could get these entire images, because you got to think they just didn't, color half of Bray Wyatt. You figured they'd do a little more than that. So there's got to be a full artwork picture out there somewhere. It'd be cool if they put those out somehow, somewhere. I don't know. But let's open it up, the old Macho Man. Comes with his comic book, of course. Get it out here. See you later. There's Macho Man in the old plastic prison. A little sideways in this packaging here. But he's got that cool chest plate there going on. Let's free him from his plastic prison. There we go. All right, see you later. See you later. See you later. Rubber Band City here. Let's take a look at the comic book first. There it is. Looks like he's got Roddy Piper in some big trouble. Collect them all on the back, of course. Got to. Once again, stuck together. I don't know if the ink wasn't dry or what the story is there. Look at old Macho Man throwing up the Wolfpack horns down there. Giving the old two sweet hands. Both sides. Look at that. Macho Man getting after it. Good for him. Good for Macho. Very similar to that Roddy Piper we saw before. And once again, I'm going to say the same thing. I'm just not a fan of these chest armor plate type deals. This one is totally different, though. This is a plastic armor plate. Whereas that Piper one was more of a hard plastic. This is more of a soft kind of vinyl-y plastic. You guys know what I'm trying to get at there. So I do prefer that over the Piper one. I don't like the chest plates, the battle damage. I'm just not a fan of that gimmick. Going back to the He-Man stuff. Going way back to the early 80s when I was a kid. I know some people don't agree with it, but hey, that's my opinion. I love the coloring on this one. Black and white is tough to get mixed without splashing over some of the color, and the paint is well done on this one. No scuffs, no issues. Very, very cool. I do see some stuff under here. Let's see, I hate to take this off. Oh boy, I think a lot of people are going to be happy about this. So you can see this Macho Man right there. You got the bat wings on his chest, but you pop the head off of Macho Man. They're always easily removable. Pop that off, you pop off the vest. Pop this bad boy back on, hopefully. Whoop, almost lost his hat. I think a lot of you wrestling fans will be very happy with this figure. As underneath that is, you've got the madness. Very, very cool. Very Macho Man, WCW, NWO inspired. I think a lot of people are going to like that. That's going to make you guys really happy. I'm really torn on these. I like to keep all the stuff on the figures on my display. I do lean wrestling over He-Man, but I do keep them all in their He-Man inspired gear. Maybe I'll change that one of these days. Maybe I need to. I don't know. He does come with that removable hat, very similar to the last Macho Man we got before. The last Macho Man figure, if you guys remember back, a lot of them had the brown nose, the Ultimate Warrior syndrome from Hasbro back in the day with the brown nose. A lot of Macho Mans had that. This one does not have that. I don't know if that's a case with this one or not. Tough to get that hat to stay on. It will fall off very easily, so be careful there. But man, when you take that vest off and it's got the madness on there, that's pretty awesome. Mattel could have cheaped out and they could have just had a black shirt on him. Instead, they gave us, this. They gave us this, and they could have gave us a black shirt underneath. Instead, they went that extra mile and made the madness on there. Kudos, Mattel. I like that you did that a whole lot. Very, very solid. This could be the figure of the line. We're going to rank all these in the end here. Let me get his accessories out if I can. Man, they lock these things in. It's crazy. Oh, yeah. So he's based on Man-at-Arms. We all know Man-at-Arms from the He-Man days. Whoops, knocked him over. I don't know if we need this stuff on him, but he's got that mace. Man-at-Arms had a yellow one. Very famous accessory. And then you got the kind of like catcher's gear for the Macho Man. So, you know what? I might be switching my displays around. I might start displaying them as wrestlers. This Macho Man might have finally just won me over to that. He does fit on a ringside stand, like I said. Very, very solid figure, this Macho Man. Better than anticipated with this one. Very cool 2-in-1. They're all 2-in-1s, but this one more so than others. Really do like this Macho Man figure. Very, very solid. So there you have it. There's that Masters of the Universe Series 5. Now we're going to put them all in order of my favorite to least favorite. We'll do a quick recap, a quick talk, and we'll finish the video. All right, we've put them in order, my favorite to least favorite, and let's finish up the video and talk about it. So coming at number 1, you guys watched every single one of these videos, probably guessing what my number 1 was, and that was Macho Man. I was blown away. The 2-in-1 aspect of this one is the best one of any. I love the surprise Easter egg taking off his vest and seeing the Madness logo. The black and white looks really good, really sharp. You got removable helmet, do-rag, whatever you want to call it. A very, very solid Macho Man. I prefer this one over that first Macho Man. As you guys know, my feelings on the battle armor. So I do prefer this Macho Man. I like this a lot. The top heel, apparently, in WWE, Eternia. Number 2, a guy that was made for the Masters of the WWE Universe line. That's Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Really cool getting this dragon accessory. You guys tell me in the comments if this went to somebody else or we're going to see this again in the He-Man line. I don't recall this dragon. I also am not sure about the lock on him. I guess I'll read his little page comic. Maybe that's got a reason for the lock on the dragon. The dragon doesn't fit super good on his back. It's kind of hard to get on there. Maybe I'm missing something, but a very iconic character, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Somebody that's tailor-made for this line. A very, very solid figure here. This I never would have guessed the back half of the set here. With we're going to go Becky Lynch at number 3. I figured for sure she'd be the least favorite of the bunch because I'm just not sold on this sculpt. I think the females need to be just a little bit bigger. But actually this one looks really good. The paint really pops on this one. I like the extra touch of putting the man on the shield. The head sculpt is really good. I did compare it to some of my basics. It seems to be a different head sculpt. It's based on some of the others, but it's more cartoony than the traditional Mattel Elites and Basics, so it is different. So I do like this Becky Lynch a lot. The skin tone maybe is a tad white, but it's okay. This one works way better than anticipated, and really kind of the one I'm most shocked at of the whole set. But I'm also really shocked at my boy Roddy Piper, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. The execution on this one just didn't win me over. I don't like the battle armor. I don't like that bulky plastic overcoat, whatever you want to call it, on him, vest. I don't like that. I don't like the gimmick. It's too small. I wasn't a fan of it as a kid, and it was actually better when I was a kid. It had a bigger chest piece. These are a lot smaller. Piper's skin is a little too white, I think. The head scan doesn't work very well. And then with that vest, it doesn't let him completely seal his head into the peg hole. So his head pops off a lot, so that is really annoying. And then you got some errors on his knee pad that I need to cut and trim out. So this one just didn't hit the mark for me, unfortunately. The kilt, too, I talked about that. I don't like just the loincloth look. I want a full wraparound kilt. So I think that's something that was missing, that I wish they would have took the extra time to make a kilt for him. I figure they could have figured something out. So unfortunately, one of my all-time favorites, Roddy Piper, is number 4 for me. But Macho Man is amazing. I was shocked how good this is. Same with Steamboat, and then Tila, who I expected to probably be last, second to last. But once again, you take it as a whole, this is a must-have set. Keep this line going. I'm all in on this line. I can't wait to see who else they make, who else is going to come. I do feel we'll see a lot more females in the future, so be prepared for that. It makes sense. I think we'll see Charlotte and so forth, Sasha. It'd be nice if they could find some different molds and something different so they just don't look like the same character. But we'll see. We'll see what comes. I await Series 6 with the Ultimate Warrior. That is going to be probably the best figure yet. Even better than that first series Ultimate Warrior. It looks extremely solid. So I can't wait to dig into that Warrior in Season 6. And hopefully that comes sooner than later to the channel. So there you have it. You guys tell me your thoughts on Masters of the WWE Universe Series 5. You all in, you all out, you picking and choosing, or you getting the whole set? You guys let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And for Roddy Piper, Becky Lynch, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, the Macho Man, Randy Savage, I'm Kyle, and I'll see you guys all real soon.